Welcome to Bog's Studio. Today we are back on the portrait series, so this is part of the BOGZILLA studio sessions. With this portrait, I'm going to be taking the image and cutting it in half and flipping the bottom half so the two are sort of juxtaposing one another, and then the ampersand will sort of overlay that. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and get started blocking out some proportions, getting some first lines laid in there, and let's see how this thing comes together. So just look at this, and then we'll decide what else we need to do. All right, so there it is. Got the portrait and the ampersand, and we did that little divide thing. I didn't bother with a clean line here. You know, wouldn't have taken that much time to pull out some tape and do that, but just for the sake of, you know, this is gonna get painted over, I wasn't that concerned. So here we've got it in sort of some blue tones. My original design was more warm tones, so in cooling it off, I'm just using a paint that I have on the shelf, and I have lots of partial cans of blue. Tend to have a lot of blue in my murals. So the colors that we use this go round, Montana Gold, this cyan, for that sort of the dark blue. So that's the darkest tone up there. And then I used Montana Black Baby Blue for the mid-tone. And then the other tone in the portrait itself is Snow White. We started out with the Dang paint, finished that off. And then I also finished off a partial of regular white in the Montana Black. Had to switch to Snow White because I didn't want to take time to go through and find another plain white. The difference between white and Snow White, in my experience, is that the Snow White tends to be just a little bit of an off-white. Like, it kind of gets yellow in some applications, especially when it's close to the Snow White. So the only other thing we did, basically from the cyan down, is just white over the top of what was there, and then I buffed a little bit of the edges with Rhino in the Montana Black as well. Used just 2 caps, basically, the level 1 fine line green cap and the stock orange dot cap that comes on these cans, and then just a little bit of the stencil cap this go around for a few of the details around the eyes. I will admit I had a little trouble with this eye. Might have seen me struggling a little bit. Since my design had this part of the eye sort of covered with this top loop of the ampersand, when I drew the ampersand on here, I ended up being a little bit left and probably opened this negative space up more than I intended to. And so what ended up happening is I kind of like elongated the face. It does have kind of a little bit of foreshortening. I think it's closer now, but it could probably be shoved over just a little bit to the right there. But making this up, you know, just kind of being familiar with the anatomy enough to kind of make up what I wasn't seeing on the design itself. I think this turned out fine, and with a little bit of more, little more detail in there, I think I could have dialed that in just a little bit tighter. I'm okay with it being a little loose because we're just having fun, you know. We're in the studio during a thunderstorm, just having a good time, throwing some paint around. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you coming back, spending time with me. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, check out the playlists. Check out BOGZILLA.com to find out information about my mural work. If you're interested in having me come out and paint something for you, that's a good way to contact me. And yeah, Facebook, Instagram, all those things. You can find me at BOGZILLA.murals. So this has been a BOGZILLA studio session from the portrait series. I've had a good time. Hopefully you did too. And have a great day and make cool stuff.